Extra, extra, read all about it. Bitcoin does nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for day 41 of the Crypto Challenge. 6 months, 1,500 to 250K. Today, we're just going to test our patience, people. We're not going to do much. Just give you a short crypto update. Here's Mr. Techie.
Hello. Welcome. This is day 41 of what is turning out to be, we were meant to be on a paradise island, and there goes my alarm, and it turns out that we weren't actually on a paradise island. We were at the gates of hell. So welcome. Alright, let's get started. Tradition. Oh shit, I forgot to actually log in. Let me quickly put in my TUFA. What is the TUFA here? TUFA is 080826. Thank you very much. Come into here. BNB had a bit of a move today actually, so we are up 1001.8. Woot woot. Yeah man, $14. $14. Someone's saying what happened to Wilson. Wilson's still here. He's still around. Don't worry about Wilson. Caron. He's still around. Actually, there was a more epic one, wasn't there? Yes, there was a more epic one, but potatoes, whatever. All right. Welcome, everyone. Boy, has it been a really interesting 24 hours. Has it been... Oh, here we go. Okay, here's the proper one. Someone got the proper one up. There we go, everyone. There's Wilson. There's the Crypto Challenge Day 40. This here was meant to be a paradise island, as you can see now. It's gone the way of the... Oh, it's actually here as well. Wow, so many people, so many memes. Let's just close all this shit. This is Bitcoin. Welcome. We cut the stream off, what is the date today even? 14. So we cut it off at 1 a.m. 13. Wait, that's 12. 13. I can't even remember now, guys. Around here. Okay, so then we put a vertical line there, just in a random position. This is what happened after the stream yesterday. Bitcoin came down. It pumped up quite hard, went sideways, came down, sideways, up a bit, sideways, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. This is Bitcoin, and this is what it has been doing, and I have been watching it now for 24 hours, and a lot of TA is being done on Bitcoin at the moment. And the problem is that there is nothing clear whether we are going up or down. All that people know is that Bitcoin is doing some strange stuff. Not just Bitcoin, the market. There's a lot of movement in the market that cannot be kind of explained through normal... oh, Damilon, come on. Ah, Damilon posting great pictures. Thank you. I don't like that second one. Right. There's been a lot of really strange behavior. Pump o'clock today happened very interestingly. We had pump o'clock, and then we didn't really have dump o'clock. We didn't have dumper clock compared to the normal dumper clocks that we have. So it kind of leaves a lot to be deciphered, I think is probably the best term. Now, you guys know that I like to kind of ignore the major movements like this. And so if we do, then using the line, we can potentially see that there has been a, I'm going to make this a different color, just so that it stands out a bit. We can make it the beautiful pink. No, it doesn't stand out enough. Let's make it cyan. Actually, with the green there, nothing's going to stand out. So if you ignore this major pump here, which is effectively cancelled out by this dump, and just to do that, I'm actually going to use a tool. I'm not doing Elliott wave right now, but just because then I can potentially utilize this tool. Okay, so if we had it came across, went down, came back up, came back down there. Okay, so if now I'm hoping that I can drag that down there. Okay, so you can see if we didn't have this pump and then this dump, we would have still corrected, or we would have still moved potentially within this same similar pattern. Okay, and moving around and moving about. Why am I talking about this weird thing that nobody else ever talks about? Because this is something that I was analyzing, and I was actually looking at trying to work out the actual trends away from the manipulation movements, if that makes any sense. And this here is the Elliott waves tool, because luckily then I can put several points and then I can just move it up and down. This here kind of made sense to me, you know, like it's almost, so look, there we go. If we ignore 0.5, let's put 0.5 where 0.3 is, just so it's hidden. You can see how that moves there. And then if we bring this down here, oops, almost to there, you can see how it's perfectly following along from this part here. I went through and I did this quite a lot yesterday, trying to work out what parts can be kind of avoided and what parts can be done from where. Essentially what I found out is that we are right now in a very let's go up to the 30 minute. Might just be easier to show. Okay, so I didn't go up here, I just kind of started from here, looked at all of the volume of these candles, trying to work out which ones were pumps, which ones were dumps, and essentially we are in a little kind of going, I think from about I think it's from about here. We have a beautiful trend line coming down like that, and going up we have this trend line here moving up. So we are actually in a little bit of a tighter a tight kind of what's it called, yeah, you guys can see the shapes. Well, we're in a shape. We're in a triangle. It's just I was trying to remember what the name of a triangle is. It's a freaking triangle, techie. Come on. So I don't know whether there are any tools for this. Maybe someone can. Maybe someone knows of tools that will allow you to actually modify the charts, or something that can actually reduce stupid things like this based on certain factors or whatever it is. But I actually found it quite helpful to go through and to kind of map out all of the points and to have essentially a corrected movement wave, I guess is what I'm going to say. So what is happening now? What is Bitcoin doing right now? And I'm going to have to enlarge it like this. I will delete this blue line. No, I won't. I will delete this one. And right now I need to zoom out because it's looking a little bit messier. Okay, so this green line comes from nowhere, so we can delete that. And this one here is what we said would be kind of the corrected wave in this section here. Essentially what we've had, we can bring up RSI, and we can bring up MACD. Essentially what we've had is RSI is in the middle. Okay, RSI is just bouncing around, and it has been for quite a while, since 40, from between 40 and 60. Okay, it's just bouncing around in there. the last time it did this, where it was for quite a while just bouncing around in 40 and 60 without going above or below. I can't remember now. I should have written it down. I do apologize, guys. I went for a nap earlier, and then the nap ended up being an extended sleeping session. Essentially, when RSI is in the middle like that for quite a long time, it shows a serious amount of indecisiveness, I should say. So here's a good example. You know, we're literally kind of just bouncing around between these two, and then it comes to a point where we, you know, that's it. It's like, we got to do something now. It came down, broke downwards, and then instantly went the opposite direction. There is one tool that I have been, maybe we should have covered this a little bit in basic TA week. I do apologize that we didn't, but that is the Bollinger Bands. If you have time, go and research them, the Bollinger Bands. See, Keffer is actually saying that there were some people who are trying to use me as an indicator. That is actually true. People were waiting for me to sleep and wake up so that they know when to buy or sell. And the weird thing is that whenever I wake up, something does happen. It's just a fact. Right, so this is the Bollinger Band. And if you look at the Bollinger Band, I'm not going to go into details about it. I'm still a little bit too sleepy to go explaining it completely. But you can check it out on, we don't have Investopedia up here. And we will cover it. I think maybe we'll cover it this week, just to kind of explain it a little bit more. No, thank you. This here is the Bollinger Band, okay? And within the Bollinger Band, there is a moving average line. And if you zoom in, let's go a little bit more. So we have the Bollinger Band, which is this kind of worm-like looking thing. And then we have this moving average here. And essentially, with the Bollinger Band, on the 15 minutes, not as clear. But if we go to something like the 3 minute or 5 minute even, you can actually see how the Bollinger Band can provide a good indication of where things are going in the short term. So typically whenever you cross over a Bollinger Band aggressively, okay, then you will generally have a bounce off the opposing wall. And when you bounce off the opposing wall, it is highly unlikely you will make it back above the MA line or the moving average line within the Bollinger Band. Generally you will bounce, you will come up, you will hang around next to the line for a while. You may break up a little bit, break down a little bit, and then you will shoot through. So crossing over the Bollinger Band, from looking at the 3 minute chart, the way it works is like trying to cross the highway. Okay, you're kind of stepping out, you're like, oh my god, okay, shit, there's some cars coming. Oh wait, let me wait, I'm gonna wait right at the edge, and then quickly jump across a lane and get to the other side. And it happens quite often. So you can see down here, you came up, you tried to cross over, you waited, and then you rushed, but you ran too fast and you ended up falling into a hedge up here, and then you realized that you left your shoe on the other side as it fell off, so then you came back. So this is what I've been using all day, and using it to track the movements of Bitcoin in the shorter term. Again, this is just the 3 minute chart, but as you can see here now, I'm just looking at, so this here is about an hour and a bit ago, an hour and a half ago, I think. Bitcoin came down, hit the edge of the band, pierced the band, okay, retraced back up, stayed below the moving average line, had a little period of being on the moving average line, and so far now it has just been on the top of the line and has not come back down underneath it. What does this mean? Well, when we combine this with our general larger wedge, our general larger thing, hold on, we've got Kefir, who is definitely more knowledgeable in TA than I am, saying it will move back once we get a time shift 2, unless a new vote shift. Oh, hold on.
That's about the time swap.
Oh, wow. Okay. Did I really miss that? I thought that was just written down. Well, we all have different strengths in TA. That is what I will say. I have my own techie TA. It doesn't make sense to other people, but it works for me, so I do it. So what can we expect to see? We can expect to see that Bitcoin will bounce off of the upper Bollinger Band and then break down through the moving average line towards the lower band. Now the bands move, so as Bitcoin moves, the bands move as well, because they are just based on previous movements, i.e. the bigger the candles, the wider the band gets. The smaller the candles, the thinner the band gets, and that is known as the Bollinger Band squeeze. So here was actually quite a tight squeeze. I mean, you can see the height of the Bollinger in other places, like here. That there was quite a tight squeeze. And to be frank and to be honest, I was expecting it to break down rather than up. However, this being Bitcoin, okay, I have to, for fuck's sake. Oh my god.
Yeah, that last one's completely out of line, damn one.
Oh my goodness.
That's insulting right there.
How did you guys even get such a high def picture of me? Oh wait, you pulled it from the website, didn't you? Yeah. That's some good skills though. I have to admit, to take my face and Photoshop it onto there. That's I gotta save this one.
Can someone put it on the picture of Trudeau in the gay parade?
I was trying to do it with John, but John's picture doesn't work so well with that.
Oh god, that is
because John loves him so much.
Anyway, so what is Bitcoin doing right now? As I said, we can expect it to come up, and it already has kind of come up, get close to the edge of this Bollinger Band, come back down, come here, hover here for probably one candle on the 3-minute, crash through down towards the lower side of the Bollinger Band, which will probably, by the time it crashes through, will be around 9120 to 9115. Okay, and in fact, if we zoom in right now, you can see it actually doing this movement, probably carrying it out. And looking at Bitcoin on the longer term, a significant amount of people who yesterday were bullish are still bullish. However, there are a large number of them who are now entering the no man's land. No man's land is a piece of land that exists between countries and it belongs to no one. Okay, and that is effectively where a lot of people are right now. They are neither bullish nor bearish. Those who were bears ended up becoming no-mans, and those who were bulls ended up becoming no-mans. And it's actually quite interesting to see how over the last 3 to 4 days, a lot of traders that were very active with putting out calls and very active with putting out TA have quite drastically reduced their online presence. It's not out of, it didn't follow my call, so I'm just going to go and hide in a corner and pretend nothing happened. No, it's genuinely because the TA that is possible right now, I mean, look, Magic Poop Cannon. I don't remember a single day when Magic Poop Cannon didn't post. He hasn't posted in 20 hours. Okay? And, you know, he's usually got 1, 2, 3 charts a day, even on a Sunday. So for him not to post, to me, is very interesting. It's very odd. Even if it's just an update, you know, even if it's just an update that he posts. As far as I know, I haven't seen any single update from him at all. Someone agreed with my idea of techie EMA. Okay, no idea what that is. Techie now. Mr. Techie now needs to use the term people kind. He lost his money with leverage. Who lost his money with leverage? Me? Or Magic Poop Cannon? No, don't tell me that. To me, it doesn't make sense that he hasn't posted in so long. I really do genuinely hope he's okay and that he's not just, you know, I really hope he hasn't been liquidated or whatever. I don't think. I mean, even coming on to here, Signal Swiss is another one. Dark Energy is another one. There's a lot of top TA people that have not really done many posts. This guy here did one. I'm not gonna do proper TA guys. It's if the big boys aren't doing it, who am I to think that I can? This guy's chart's always a bit too much, and then you can't see what's actually an arrow and what's actually a candle. I can't switch off anything that he has. Yeah, so he actually had right at this point here that we either crash down or we go up. So right at this point, this is what this guy's saying on the 4 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour. That's Dark Energy. We can get rid of him. Yeah, this guy hasn't posted since yesterday as well. And you have a look, 1, 2, 3, well, 2 yesterday, and then the day before, multiples. So this guy does have some breaks, but he posts updates within his charts. So he will do a comment like a few hours later or a day later, and then again, but he hasn't done anything today. So what does all this mean, Techie? What's the point in telling us all of this shit? Like, what the fuck? Pardon my French. A lot of people are literally sitting on the sidelines right now because they realize that patterns like this big green candle is, I don't believe it's normal. It came out of nowhere. I was literally watching it. Again, this is the 3 minute. I'm watching the 3 minute because I'm doing a lot of swings and stuff, and so in order to get better, more accurate swings, you know, I need to watch a tighter time frame. This came up out of nowhere. I was shocked. I asked on another server that's focused on TA, and someone said that it could potentially be just the bots who detected a low amount of volume, a low amount of movement, and prepared to pump it, and then they kind of one pumped it, then the other one realized that it's being pumped, so then he pumped it, and then the third one realized that it's being pumped, so then he pumped it even more, and then the bots just pumped each other into, like, you may look at it and go, yeah, Techie, that's only 1% or 1.5%, but 1.5% in 1 minute, in 3 minutes, it wasn't even in 3 minutes. I think it was in about the space of a minute and a half. And then obviously the correction afterwards, you know. And then whenever we have these ones, we're always going to have the correction, especially when the bots do it. So, you know, here we go. Just as we said, come down, bounce on the line, hang around for a while, and then should come crashing through, bounce off of this line here, or potentially even pierce it. What is it when it pierces? It means that it comes down, doesn't just bounce. You can see there's a little bit of a wick poking through, and then the next one will just come down and obliterate it a little bit more. So yeah, this is the state of this is the state of the what's it called? I really don't like that one. Ugh. Okay, someone just posted one that I really don't like. Techie telling us he's the only one willing to step up, spread the word. No, I'm not telling you. I'm not spreading the word. I'm just, people want to know, and if more and more TA people are disappearing and not posting stuff, and people who don't know how to do TA are left kind of in the wild, like, well, what the hell is happening? Then yeah, I will step up and tell you guys, and I've always said this, guys, I do not do things like this. Actually, let me go. I do not do things like this. I do not come here and say, oh yeah, judging by the way this is moving, we're going to go up to this point and then we're going to come back down again, and we are going to go we're going to go here to here, and then we're going to bounce from here, we're going to come back up to there, and then around the 18th of December 2018, we're going to have something else. I don't do long-term TA. So all that I can offer you guys is telling you what I foresee right now for the immediate foreseeable future, which is supported by the actions of Bitcoin over the last few days. So a lot of people still saying, a lot of people are like, yeah, I'm not worried, it's fine. We are going to see 6K. That's 7.5, but you guys get the idea. Yesterday I drew this red line. Actually, hold on. Yeah, I think I deleted it now, but let me see if I can bring up my chart. That's where are you, chart? Too many monitors, too many windows. Did I close my chart? Huh. I think I actually closed it. No, here we go. Oops. It's somewhere. There's a lot of memes of me flying about. Okay. It's here, and I have no idea why my windows won't go above each other right now. Let's put it there. And then, yeah, it's like flying behind it. Okay, I guess we just got to minimize. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. I have no idea if we are live or not. Everything just closed on my screen. Holy mother.
I see you still. I see your screen still.
You guys are going to have to give me a second so I can open up everything again. Yeah, there's something weird with my system. I do need to restart it. It's been running like a crazy person for the last few days. Okay, so yes, okay, let's enlarge that. We are on the 30-minute. We can come down like this. Okay, so yesterday, just as a joke, I was speaking with someone and we noticed that Bitcoin was following quite a few of my lines quite nicely. So as a joke, in fact, I can probably just, if you guys bear with me, let's rewind time. Zip, 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 zip. I just want to see. There we go. So you guys can see how much TA has been kind of done. This is one of my charts. I have 3 others that I'm always working with. Okay, so yesterday at this point here, okay, I drew this big red ass line, and I drew it at a random angle, and I said to Bitcoin, follow this line instead, and there was a big giant arrow pointing at it. I don't know where this trend line is based from. I don't know how it's come to be the way that it is, but Bitcoin ended up coming down. It needed to be adjusted slightly. Bitcoin came down and then it used a line, and I don't know where from, guys. I tried to kind of go up to the bigger kind of places and try and base it off any other crazy peak, and I couldn't find another place to base this line off. So I used this as a base for the rest of the TA of the day. I added the line as well into the challenge one for some reason. after it was confirmed down here, I added it in, and then you can follow it down. But there's a lot of unexplained behavior, okay, within Bitcoin. And once you go through and correct everything, you get a clearer idea that we are actually in a bit more of a almost a perfect triangle, to be fair, a symmetric triangle, and that is causing, you know, some things, yeah, and that is causing a lot of uncertainty. We're having a lot of kind of false breaks over here. There's also another tactic that people use called, I don't have it on here, my scripts. Please hold the line while we try to connect you. Indicators, my scripts, techie EMA. So I just created a quick script for moving averages. And now if I drawing tools, hide all, and we can even switch off the Bollinger Band. There we go. So we have just a very nice and clear, we have a very nice and clear kind of bar graph, not bar graph. We have the charts with the candles and simply just the moving averages. What are the moving averages? We've covered what moving averages are before. We talked about them definitely a lot when we were talking about MACD. And these here are EMAs. Now that's why it's TEMA, techies EMAs, because these here are just 4 moving averages at different ranges. The ranges are 8, 13, 21, and 55. I was testing this out. A lot of people have been using the 55 EMA as a support resistance line, and so I went through and I've added it in, and I'm now monitoring it as well. Essentially, how can you, wow, what happened here? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense.
Weird.
It genuinely doesn't make sense.
I'm wondering if there's just a gap in the data for that little bit.
No, because this here will be based off of the previous. Okay, let's just ignore that. I'll have to check that out another time, guys. I don't think it's a problem. I mean, look, the script is so simple. I actually copied someone else's script and I modified some stuff, and yeah, that's it. That's all I did. So that's really odd. Okay, but essentially, above 55 EMA, you're looking at bullish. Below 55 EMA, you're looking at bearish. EMA provides a resistance / support line as well. So you can see here that they broke above the 55 EMA and kind of maintained. If you imagine this line was, I don't know why that's gone like that. Over here, it tried to come down below and then it ended up going above again. Here, tried to break through, it was rejected. Here again, tried to break through, zigzagged, literally zigzagged on the EMA, came back above again. And it wasn't until here where they broke through, and then that was it. And then the 55 EMA became the resistance. And as you can see, we came up here, we bounced down here, we came up, tried to break through the 55 EMA. We didn't manage to close above it. Came back down again, came up for another retest, same story. Went above it for a little short while actually, which was quite good, and I was staring at that until I realized that this is, I mean, on the 1 hour you can see the size of these candles is almost identical. If you correct that, you can see that we were still underneath testing. We were still underneath testing the. Wait, someone said something. What? I'm gonna look through at these these things afterwards. So if we use the same tactic that we had there, and we effectively just kind of put in the actual pattern like that, and we can drag it down to there. Again, you guys can see how it almost matches up perfectly from start to finish of where we would have been, and we would have been underneath the 55 EMA, still bouncing around below it, coming, testing it, rejected, go above, break through, come back down. So the story of the 55 EMA is a major one. And I never used to keep track of it. I used to occasionally go in and add it and just double check something. But it's been interesting to watch the battle, and I've seen a lot more TA people referring to the 55 EMA. I know Magic Poop always loves his EMAs. In fact, I think that's how he does most of his trades and calls. You can open up almost any one of his charts, just a random chart. We can look through here, and then, oh great, typical. The one that I do open up, he's not talking about the damn EMA. Sod's law, isn't it? Yeah, let's go to BTC. There we go. So as I am right, he's talking about the 50 EMA, okay? He's talking about the 20 EMA, and so that's what he's doing. Why are my EMA numbers different? I'm testing out some because Philocone is using some that are more related to Fibonacci numbers, which I think could be a little bit interesting. But the primary one we're looking at here is the 55 EMA. Oh, so let's see. That's what Bitcoin has been doing. That's what Bitcoin is doing right now. That's what we need to watch out for. Being completely honest with you guys, if we do break above this 55 EMA right now, and we break out of this, not quite symmetric, but we break out of this triangle, it's going to be a really interesting time, because with the amount of assisted movements in the market, which is what I'm calling them now. I'm not going to call them manipulations. I'm going to call them assisted movements. With the amount of assisted movements that have been happening, I think that we could see a false, kind of a really bad false break up, whereby a lot of people start to buy in, and then we will have, you know, and then we can watch this Twitter feed here. And we can see how many people who are leveraging got wrecked. As you can see, this is interesting to know how. This is interesting to know how some traders are responding to the market, because when you don't get a liquidation for a long time, generally it means the market is either very stable, or it means that people are generally kind of betting in the right direction. As we can see here, it has essentially been a little bit stable. It hasn't moved that much in the last kind of hour. If we zoom in, you can see that there is the hour candle, the previous hour. That's where it closed. We are here. We moved up a little bit, down a little bit, up a little bit, down a little bit. So we haven't technically moved that much. So yeah, this is the current position. This is what we're going to wait and see. I actually got a few messages yesterday, guys, from people saying, Techie, why don't we swing trade? Why don't we buy into coins? Why don't we still, you know, do some short-term stuff? Being honest with you guys, it's when you're trading, okay, and if you're going in for a very quick swing, you got to watch a lot of things, okay? So I have, I'm not even, I don't even know how to explain this to you guys. I'm just going to see now how I can actually open these up without exposing myself. 9, 9, 8, 7. Okay, I can, yeesh. Okay, so I have this one kind of open somewhere in the background. This is the one for the challenge with the simple lines on and everything. I then have my own one, which is based here. Which is based here. Oh God, something's still coming. I don't know, something's blocking my system from displaying stuff. I have my own one here. Okay. I also keep a close eye on here and check for TA and check for things from other people. I have another chart here that I'm monitoring, and this one here flips between 3 different coins. That's also other than my standard, you know, and you can see how many different indicators and lines and boundaries. You know, I can't put everything on one chart, so I actually spread. This one here has my trend lines on, which is why I don't have any indicators here. And then I have another identical one, which is just got the indicators on and none of these trend lines on, because otherwise it just gets too messy. So when I'm swing trading in the market like this, it's really tough to concentrate on all of this stuff. It's risky as well with the movements that Bitcoin has been making. And then also to go through and to explain things, you know, and be like, yeah guys, okay, gonna buy this, okay, watching out for that, okay, gotta do this, okay, gotta do that. So that's why I haven't done any swing trading with you guys today, because there have been too many situations where there's a massive element of uncertainty, and if I can pull out quickly, then I can pull out quickly. But if I have to go through and explain what I'm seeing, and maybe potentially yes, maybe potentially no, etc., I think it opens up the door to a lot of misinterpretation. It opens up the door to people who will follow without actually checking up stuff. And as a result, then if I lose money, people are going to lose money. And while I can accept my little tiny losses and I cut my losses, some other people may not. So I'm waiting till things stabilize a little bit more, okay? Or if there is a good, safe opportunity to go in, then we will do it. But I know 2 people who got caught out today buying into alts, waiting for them to go up, and then shit like this happens. And we did talk about it yesterday, guys, and we used a calculator and we calculated, you got to decide whether it's worth the risk or not, you know? And that's why these charts are here. That's why the charts that I made are there, okay? For you to be able to realize, if we're at the top here, you got to realize, shit, if I buy into the alt, there is a big chance Bitcoin's going to drop. You know, you're at the top of a channel. You have tried to break it so many times before. If you come back up to the top of the channel again, there's a much bigger risk that you're going to end up breaking downwards than that you're going to end up breaking upwards. So you need to utilize this. You need to keep one eye on Bitcoin at all times. Okay? And the minute that Bitcoin makes a move that you are uncertain about, you just close your position and you get out. Because when you get caught up in this, or even these, it's not a very nice sight. So if your plan is just to accumulate Satoshi value, okay, and you don't care about your dollar value, whatever it is, go in and do it. As much as you want, go in and do it. But just be aware as well that some alts, yeah, today has been great. Some alts have really, really gone up, you know. If we come across now to our, what is going on here? My system is actually saying, what are you saying, system? I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. It's going to need to be a restart. Oh, sorry. Yeah. BNB, AST, quite a few coins today had quite a lot of movement. Ncash, 30%.
It hurts.
Yeah, it
Ncash,
hurts
30%. I mean, you could have sold this morning, bought back down at the base, sold again. Yeah, a lot of coins have been going up, guys. and some others have not dipped down that much. But you got to remember though that Bitcoin with its movements, even if you have less than kind of 10% profit, then and Bitcoin goes down even a small amount, then your profit is kind of removed and deleted and erased. Personally for me, and it sounds a little bit nasty, it sounds a little bit selfish, whatever it is, but frankly, what do you expect? I'm not going to spend my day playing with the $1,000 that's in the challenge account to make $5 or $10 or $20 when you know, within a more stressful environment of having to explain everything and go through everything and potentially make some losses and then make some gains and have to deal with trolls and have to deal with shit, when I could be sat there in my PJs, you know, just kind of relaxed, smoking, laughing, listening to music, dancing around and playing with my own account and, you know, not having the stress of it all. So it's been a little bit of a difficult situation, and I do apologize to you guys who are maybe expecting some swing sessions and stuff, but I did say if there is a possibility to do a safe swing, then we may do one together, but it will be announced there and then as it happens. And if you're unable to take part in it, then I'm sorry, but for the time being, don't expect trading to really happen until we have a good confirmation. And as we were talking about earlier, oh come on mouse, as we were talking about earlier, you did sound pretty astounded by what was going on. Pretty astounded? 3 minutes is where we were. Today I was shocked. Today Bitcoin has been making so many moves that I've made more wrong calls than right calls. You know, to be completely today has been a stressful day for me. And if I was on voice and someone started to come in and just start trolling, I would have flipped out. You guys know me as having a really calm and relaxed and chilled out. But I think a few of you have heard me on voice sessions before when I flip out at someone. And you know that's serious shit when that happens. Alright, so right now, this here's the 3-minute candles. We're watching again. We're kind of seeing right now what's happening. Where is my... There we go. It's this red line here. I actually like to make it cyan. There we go. So we can see here that we came and we were tickling around this line, tried to break through a few times, and finally when we did is when we had the big one. Now, this is the question. This next candle, it has a choice. Okay, it can either be a slight retracement or it can be a smasher. Okay, what is a smasher? A smasher is like this guy here. So this guy came down, the wick just poked a little tiny hole. This guy started, he was moving around, and then he just smashed through the band. And on the opposing side, you have, you can have like here. Let's move up a little bit to the top. Okay, so here you can have, it came down, didn't really smash through, had a bit of a bounce. It's not always followed by a big kind of breakthrough. So if it does just come down softly and lightly here, we can expect it to kind of start to reverse and move up towards the center line yet again. RSI is obviously showing right now that it is underbought. It sounds a bit German, isn't it? Underbought. Ja, dieses Candle ist underbought. It shows that it's oversold, technically, not underbought, oversold. And Jeff sent me a message saying you should use it together with the RSI and MACD, right? You see how it goes. Yes, but you got to understand as well that MACD is a historical. We've mentioned this before. MACD is a historical indicator, i.e. its information is based off of previous points, and so it usually takes 1 or 2 candles to really actually reflect, to update where things are. However, you can use this, for example, to confirm Yep, looking here right now, you know, we're currently above, we're going below, so I could potentially expect something. We're quite, you know, and then you can use the same with RSI. You can say, yeah, up here we definitely went definitely way into being overbought. We came back down, we had a correction, and then over here we were kind of hovering around. Looked like we couldn't really go that much higher up, supported by the Bollinger Band over here that, yep, we aren't actually in fact moving that much, and then poop. Yeah, so I do recommend you guys go and read about Bollinger Band. Maybe I'll do a tutorial video on that, just because using them in the shorter time frame is great. For the longer time frame, there is another one that I have just discovered, because for me, Bollinger Band not so accurate in longer time frames, but yeah. So now we just got to work out where. I'm just looking across at my other chart right now, oh. Okay, I am still alright. Okay. So just judging by here, then, it wasn't that strong. Wasn't that strong at all. The volume wasn't kind of really that big. As you guys can see here, now on the previous ones, when we had the first one pierce through, just literally pierced through with a wick. The second candle came through really hard. A lot of volume on there, pushing it down. Oh, I don't know where you go. Control Z, Control Z. You have the same thing here. You had a lot of volume on this candle here, and then the second one pushed even deeper and further through. So you're going to need a lot of volume to actually completely break through. Otherwise, you end up with situations whereby you'll just bounce around here, come back up again. Probably by the time this line will come down to approximately here, 91.60. So I'm looking at these next couple of candles to go up towards or around 91.60 to 91.70. Potentially have a little bit of a bounce, come back down a bit, and then try and break back up again. Or we can all have fun, and we can go down to the 1 minute candles. Okay, and we could just stare at the 1 minute candles, since they're a lot more entertaining than any other candles right now. Yeah, let's have a look at the 1 day, because 1 day, all my troubles seem so far away. Now this candle's here to stay. I believe in Doji Day. So right now, it looks like we're having a Doji Day. You know, it's been an interesting. You guys remember the 3 black crows, a slight retrace upwards, and we can see what's happening. But we can switch on Techie EMA. We are below the 55 EMA. We tried to break above it, failed, came back down, and this is an interesting one. You tried to break above it, tried to pierce the Bollinger Band here, it failed again here, came back down underneath the 55 EMA, bounced off of the Bollinger MA, came back up, tried to pierce again, failed, came back down, and crashed down hard. Okay, so you can see how you can utilize these tools in a sense to kind of see where things are going. We kind of were going to pierce here very hard. We did come up. I don't know where this candle went. I don't like to use Bollinger Band on the longer time frames because it's not as kind of accurate. As you can see, like sometimes you can have insane periods where it just really, you know, just doesn't make, obviously nothing made sense in this period. So let's just erase it. But you can see how it kind of bounced down 50 EMA up towards Bollinger, 50 EMA up above Bollinger to the other band, back down. So you guys can see how you can like utilize these things as a reference point, as information for your trades. So I think great, managed to spend an hour just talking about random stuff on the charts, and I'm not a TA guy. Lord help me, Lord. Okay, I'm gonna open up the floor to anyone in the team who wants to say anything or share anything or talk about anything. So, guys, you have the mic.
I have nothing to say. I haven't touched anything at all today. Apart from very early this morning, I purchased some Ripple last night on a pretty nice little dip and sold it for barely any profit this morning because I didn't want to deal with any unforeseen dips that might happen when I was away from the computer.
Yeah, and for me it's been really slow as well. I just bought yesterday, I believe, some air swap at a really low price, and it got pumped by an accident, I guess, or like it's an accident that I got in before that, and I sold with 30% profit. And so that's what I do now. I just get some alts at decent and good prices and just wait.
And of course we have Damilon who has returned. Is he here or is he gone? He's gone. No, he's here.
No, he's not. He always does a ninja bomb and then...
Damilon just... oh, okay. Damilon was here. I don't have no idea when he left. But, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't know whether Romeo or Jerome want to share anything.
I have nothing to share, unfortunately. I did nothing at all today except for watch. I've been in Tether for a couple of days because I knew I wasn't able to really do any trades.
Okay. So guys, I mean, to be frank, I was going to cancel this stream and just say, you know what, there's nothing to do, there's nothing to say. You know, meh. It's a little bit of a pain in the ass. So I was going to actually cancel the stream, but then I decided, yeah, we might as well just move on and do things. If anyone has any questions, please put them in the YouTube with a capital letter Q. I can see there's a couple there, so I will go through them. And of course, on the Discord server, you guys know how to tag me. So questions on YouTube that I can see directly in front of me is Joe saying, have any of you seen this type of non-activity before? Ever? Well, there's a lot of activity. It's not non-activity. There's a lot of shit going on right now in the market. Yeah.
Actually, yeah, to be honest, if you look at last year around the same time, you'll notice technically about the same thing. We went up to a peak, came down, stayed sideways up until about what looked like April to May. So honestly, that's what I'm expecting from last year's and the year before's activity. But Techie is right. There's been a lot of activity. It's just been no incline really in price. It's been mostly down and sideways.
Yeah, so, you know, this is the thing. In trading, sometimes you just got to take a break. You just got to take a step back and let the market do whatever the hell the market's going to do, and then you can jump back in. If you stay in and it's high risk, you can end up wearing yourself out. My sleep recently has been terrible, absolutely terrible. I have no sleep schedule, and sometimes I sleep for 2 hours, sometimes I sleep for 10 hours. I don't know what the hell's going on. And I do know that a large part of it is because I am doing this full time right now, and as a result, it's not so easy for me just to go and take a break and say, you know what, I'm just not going to do anything on it today. So yeah, it's very stressful to deal with these types of things, but all you can do is just analyze the situation and just trade based on that. I have been making trades. Okay, I think someone did ask that. Did you do any trade today? I did. But literally, I'm looking at the 3-minute charts and I'm in and out. You know, I'm literally in and out like, I don't know what you want to say, like whatever goes in and out. Probably not like whatever goes in and out, actually. God. So yeah, that's what I've been doing, just literally jumping in and out, and that's it. Sometimes I make a profit, sometimes I don't make a profit. I've been experimenting with some other stuff as well and other ways of trading, and sometimes it goes well and sometimes it doesn't go well. Sometimes I'll be doing one thing, trading one coin, and then I go to look at something else and I'm like, oh, that one looks good, okay, let me jump in on that. And then by the time I look back to the other one, I'm like, what the hell? Oh shit, you know, I missed something, I missed a point, I missed whatever it is. So yeah, it's I understand why a lot of people are just simply sitting out and just taking a break. As you can see right now, I mean, look at the size of it. Look at this. Okay, it's I don't know. It can't be explained. If you guys think this is just on the 15-minute, sorry, this is actually the 3-minute. This is all in the space of like 3 minutes. 1 minute even. The candle only started a minute ago. So it seems like something got triggered, okay? Something detected something, got triggered, and pushed it up, just as it happened over here. You know, the volume was particularly low here. So maybe the system detected that the volume was extremely low and just decided to push it up. So now what we can expect to see is that it's going to bounce off the top Bollinger, come back down, and do whatever Bitcoin does. This is Bitcoin. Now we can sit here and watch this actually, but I'm just going to vape, guys, while I look at the other questions. Okay, Sparky Mark saying, can we start looking at coin research, for example, while things are quiet? Yes and no. The problem is looking at coins in terms of for an investment with our new strategy, you got to look at how they've been behaving recently. And with Bitcoin behaving the way it has, kind of every single chart is actually severely manipulated. And so, you know, it's yeah. To be honest, I don't really have the energy of kind of going through and covering that right now. I will try and put together some lessons for this week so that we don't always just have to sit here looking and talking about Bitcoin. But yeah, it's a little bit more. Things are getting delayed and some plans are getting not put back, but some plans are getting adjusted, or the resources that are needed are not available. Yes, well, it's yeah, okay, yeah, no, not today. I'm not going to do anything today. Today's not a lesson day. Sorry, guys. It's been a crazy enough day. Ender Zero saying on the Discord server, can I offer a suggestion? If you're worried about the risk we're exposed on trades, why don't we do paper trades like you always suggest? That way we can still learn while mitigating the risk. Exposition on research approach should cover a stream. The thing is, Ender, is that I have seen live trading sessions done on other servers. Okay, and I think there's a lot of misinformation, or you know, something isn't communicated effectively, and as a result, people jump into the trades and they jump out again. I've also seen how distracting it can be while you're trading, to have to go through and explain things and to work something out and to double check sources and then to go through and then to kind of correct your own opinion. You'll look at a coin and you'll be like, oh yeah, this one here looks like it's about to go up. Let me check something, go there, yeah, you draw some lines, everything looks good, everything's great, everything's fine. You know, you go, oh yeah, this looks absolutely beautiful, look at that, yeah, this is gonna go up. And then suddenly you look at something, you're like, I'm not gonna trade it though. And the minute that you say that, people will be like, well, why? Well, I don't know, I just have a feeling. I have a feeling I shouldn't trade it. Good night, Jeff. Have a good night, man. Thank you for joining today. And Greylan has just joined. Welcome, Greylan. So there's just too much kind of I don't like to have to go through and justify and explain everything when it's such a very rapidly moving, flipping, changing market where I could make a call on, well, I could, personally for myself, I make a call for myself on something, and a few minutes later decide, you know what, I don't like this, I'm going to pull out. Even if I'm pulling out with like a 3, 4, 5, 10% loss, I will pull out and just move on. And you know, if someone misses that audio for a couple of minutes, they went to get a glass of water, they went to the toilet, whatever it is, or they don't know what the Bollinger Band is, or they don't know what the RSI is, and then I got to go through and explain all that, I'll miss all of my entries and exits. And when the things are calmer, that's when I can do it. But you know, I don't, you could call it selfishness or whatever, but at the end of the day, I got to look after my own portfolio before anything else, especially in the market like this. So if there is an opportunity, I will take the time, and we will go through and I will explain as much as I can, and we can all make some money together. Okay, guys, I don't put out calls out there. I know a lot of you maybe are a bit used to it, like, yeah, this coin's gonna pump, go and buy it, you know, or whatever it is, and then kind of tweets get deleted or messages get adjusted, or I'm not like that. Okay, so I would rather put out nothing rather than put out shit and then come back and claim that the shit is made of gold. That happened when I first joined the Discord server. There was one guy who was he was posting signals, literally like, buy this coin at this price, at that price, at this price, sell at this, sell at that, blah blah blah, XYZ. And you come back and you check his stuff a little while later, and the numbers have been fudged. And you can see right next to the message, it actually says edited. You know, and you're like, what the fuck, dude? And I don't know, there's a lot of people who do that. There's a lot of people who do that, so I'm not that type. I am far from it. Bouncing down again. So what I can see here, let's take off the drawing tools, just to I wish there was a keyboard shortcut for this. So what we can see here, ladies and gentlemen, we were above the Bollinger Band MA. We came down, we didn't pierce the band. We used it as a bounce. We came back up. We kind of broke just slightly over it, just slightly over the band. And now it looks like we actually have more downwards momentum. So technically we came up and bounced off of the top here, which is during this candle, it came up, actually went through, but then came back and bounced back down. Or we may still be bouncing off of this blue line here, and we're not going to crash through it. There's shit in Bitcoin right now that cannot be explained. Yeah, that's, I don't know what to tell you guys, but yeah. So if anyone has any questions, please make sure that you ask. That's right, if you're going to put it out, do it right. Yeah, I'm only going to do it, guys, if it's, you know, I'm only going to do it if it's actually worth kind of doing it, you know. There's no point in taking stupid risks at this time. Too many people getting caught out. And the thing is, people will scream and shout, oh yeah, woo, dude, I made, you know, 20% profit, I made 30% profit, I made 50% profit. Do you guys know how much profit I made today? I made -12. Yep, today I made -12% profit. And I was watching the charts. And I got caught out a couple of times by just unnecessary, unpredictable movements. And that's it. So people need to be a little bit more frank when they lose money. Because I honestly feel that a lot of people fudge their public results. It's like, hide the losses quickly, sweep it underneath the carpet. You know, it's like yeah, I don't know. Question: Goldman Sachs wants to get in was written today. Do you think it will have a big effect on Bitcoin? If they want to get in, they'll get in. What effect it will have? People predicting that it will have a major effect. People are predicting that someone will push the price down so that all of these major people can come in. You know, and yeah, Kefa summarizes it pretty well. They don't tell you about the minus 12%, only about the plus 20%. And if they are down, then they'll just say, oh yeah, it's a long hold. It's okay. I'm just gonna add it to my long holds. And I'm not doing that. I never did that before, and it wasn't until I joined the CoinVX server that I started to do that. But then recently I realized that's actually a really terrible way, in my opinion. And people are welcome to do it if they wish and if it works for them. But I don't like holding bags. I like my hands to be free so I can do other stuff and play with other stuff and you know, hold other stuff even. I don't want to hold bags. So yeah, I prefer my hands to be free. So I cut my losses now. I've gone back to cutting my losses. Not I've cut my losses now. No, I'm going back to cutting my losses as I did when I was trading before the influence. Essentially. Yeah, effect of a Goldman Sachs. Thank you guys for sharing. 2 coins 1 cup saying I'm -8. And Greyland saying this week I'm -6, but today I'm up about 8. That's great. You got lucky with BNB. Yeah, I actually got a bit lucky with BNB as well. I never sell the BNB when I tether up, and so I kind of went, ooh, nice. Ooh, some good bonus in there. Can you draw a line to 1K? It will follow it. If I abuse the Bitcoin line system, it ignores it. So I'm just kind of gently teasing it down. You know, we got to give it a little bit of room to run. It's like a wild animal. In order to tame it, you need to kind of restrict it, but then occasionally let it stretch its legs, and then restrict it a bit more, and then let it stretch its legs a little bit less. And you got to do that bit by bit. So over the next kind of few hours, I will be adjusting its leash and kind of making it tighter and tighter. Until hopefully it reaches kind of somewhere in the region of I don't know, -4,000. I think will be a nice one. I think that should be a good one for all of us, right? -$4,000 for Bitcoin. Technically I'm up 30% today on BNB from holding a few for fees. Congratulations. Yeah, Greyland, I know BNB is more than fees. BNB is actually a really good coin, and it's going to be spreading a lot more. Ugh. And so, yeah, there's a lot of good stuff about that. I will be adjusting its lease, making it tighter and tighter. Kefa, are you actually saving all of these, or do you just post them sometimes? I'm really interested, actually. Okay. Daily stream plan. Okay, Grizz has run out, but he will be listening in. The crypto challenge. He just posted them. Damn it. Maybe we should make a bot where you can add them. No, well, you can always leave them. It's all right. Oh yeah, Ncash was up a good amount today as well. I think we did cover that. No, it doesn't piss me off at all, man. You can post the memes, but we don't have a meme room. So we can do it during stream, but the rest of the time let's try and keep the rooms kind of related to their subjects if possible. I was thinking if big players like Goldman Sachs were going to get in, then it would have happened already when we hit 8.5 just there a few days ago. They're still waiting. Okay guys, my approach in crypto differs from a lot of people. I am not a TA guy. Okay. I am kind of more of an FA guy. What is FA? FA is fundamentals analysis. Typically in things like stocks or in other markets, fundamental analysis is where you look more at the actual company and stuff and the potential for the company, rather than kind of just looking at what the charts are saying. For me, in crypto, the way that I do it is I analyze all of this news, and I look at it from what I like to, it sounds a little bit not so good to say a realistic point of view, but I analyze it from a unbiased kind of business point of view and try and determine what the possible impact of something like that could be, how it could be misperceived, because everything in crypto is always misperceived. You know, so even these headlines, whenever one of these comes up, I get a little beep. Okay, world's largest crypto exchange, Binance, to launch decentralized trading platform. Amazing. That's why BNB pumped. You know, Square seeks bit license, blockchain platform. So I look through these and I try and analyze how this will actually affect the market. And how it will affect the market is depending on the human psychology at the time. And that is the majority of how I was trading before. It was literally just looking at a piece of news and going, okay, Goldman Sachs, well, there's always been rumors of Goldman Sachs and crypto. You know, there's always been some stuff, and they're an investment company. They're going to invest, okay? Not an investment company, but they're going to invest in crypto. Are they going to wait out until it reaches 5K or 4K to buy in and then potentially miss the freaking boat because some other giant whale decided to buy in? Or, you know, what are they going to do? And Bitcoin, what are you going to do? Guys, hold on a second. I gotta analyze this. I'll give you guys some music. BitConnect! Alright, I just had to check something because I saw a movement that suddenly alarmed me, and I had to go through and confirm it wasn't what I thought it was. It wasn't what I thought it was, and as a result, I can kind of I don't have to panic as much. I kind of saw something and I was like, shit. Techie's about to get licked. Alright, welcome back everyone. I do apologize for that. 3 charts going at the same time, comparing various stuff with all their different lines and whatever. Liquidated on leverage? No, not liquidated on leverage. New TA posted by Dark Energy. Let's have a look at his. Come on, Boulder Bum. Really? Yeah, the music's gonna die. There you go. See? Let's see where it's gone. 20 minutes ago. As you can see, we have been going sideways for a while. The bulls have so far managed to hold up, but it will most likely just be a matter of time before we go even lower. If you pay attention to the last 3 candles, 2 of them have been indecisive, and the last one, which is bullish, have only half the volume of the moving average 20. Usually in these situations, the bulls will be exhausted, and another flagpole will take us even lower. But the bulls have to act very soon. To their advantage, they have rejected a bear cross not too long ago. It will be exciting to follow. Please give a big like and follow for more. Love you all. Dark Energy. Okay. I hope you guys understood that. Yeah. As always, it could be this, it could be that, it could be anything. It could be whatever the hell it is. It could be a potato. Bitcoin could suddenly start. Bitcoin could. You guys gotta understand. Bitcoin is the first coin. Okay, this is the first coin, and if it really wanted to, Bitcoin could start going backwards. It wouldn't surprise me if somehow Bitcoin started to plot backwards. All right, that's kind of like that's the one last thing that I can't expect from Bitcoin. Like everything else is just like, yeah, Bitcoin can do it. You know, Bitcoin can do it. Can it just suddenly jump up to 20,000? Yeah, Bitcoin can do it. Can it just suddenly crash down to 2,000? Yes, it can. You know, can it go backwards in time, man? If it does that, then that's insane. So, yeah, that's that. What the hell? Come here. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I have this. Delete all inactive. Yes. I just had a beep in my ear, and no idea why. That was a bit weird. Okay, so I know some of you Some of you will be saying techie. Isn't that there a soup bowl? Yeah, it could be a soup bowl. And then some of you will also say techie. Doesn't that soup bowl have a strange, like, what do they call them, guys? These pot and handles, the frying pans or whatever it is. Yeah, could be a frying pan. Could be anything. Right, guys. I just had to double check, make sure my mute isn't muted. My mic isn't muted. Which it is not. Ooh. Where's all the... Huh? Ah, we're on a different chart, that's why. That explains it. If you have any questions, guys, you can go ahead and ask them, and I will try to answer them. I do hope that you guys can hear me. Yes, you should be able to hear me. We don't have many viewers. I expected a lot of people to just drop off. I like how he said he was a fundamentalist and then went and tried to apply TA right after. Don't worry, you're still a fundamentalist if you do check TA. Moving average MA over 20 periods. Yeah, well, yeah, depending what chart you're on, it's over 20 periods. Yeah, no, I generally, I for swings, I will look at TA only. For actual investments, I will look at the FA. And then verify it with TA. Was that news beeping? Yes, no, that was an hour ago. It's not the news. Something beeped, and yeah, and it pissed me off. Techie, did you hear about the Neo node issues? Neo. It's been ongoing for a while, and oh god. Neo. I'm not a TA guy, but something is a little bit obvious to me here. After coming down for so long, there is a nice kind of essentially a base that we have hit, and then if you come down from here, you know, you could potentially have I don't know, you could have a beautiful wedge or triangle, slightly elongated here. Why am I even on this time frame? Actually, let me go up to the 1 hour, make things a little bit easier on myself. There we go. Okay, so I think you guys can see that. I think that's very clear and obvious. When you have lower highs and higher lows, this line is not flat. You guys generally know what that means. We've spoken about it quite a few times. So yeah, you keep an eye on it. If you have TradingView, what you do is you come here and you put something like at this point. TradingView used to draw crosshairs, but I don't know what the hell it is anymore. You can kind of come through here and you can say, well, we went up, we came down, we went up, we came down, and we kind of came down here. I could expect maybe we come up again. So if we do come across this line here, 92, you can click here, you can do add alert, and then when it comes up there, you can click on the gear icon and you send yourself an email saying Neo crossing, possible Neo breakout. If you can spell. All right, and then you can change the sound to be something nice and fancy, like there we go, that's a nice one. Play that for 5 seconds, show a pop-up, do it once, and that's it, and save it. And then when you get an email from TradingView saying, hey, Neo potential breakout, it crossed this amount, then you can look at buying it, to be honest. But right now, if you buy it now and BTC dumps, a little bit risky. But you could, if you want to monitor it, If you're able to sit there and monitor it, then that's what will happen. You can change it via top left tool menu. Change what? Sorry, via my top left tool menu. I am confused now. I am getting very confused. Yeah, you know, it's a cheap coin. It's whatever it is. So you could just monitor this. And you know, another one that I do is that I look at how big the drops are. Okay, so we can see here that it dropped 6% in 4 hours. You can come down here again. 7% in 5 hours, or again 6% in 4 hours. So I could monitor that and decide that next time it drops about that amount, I could do the same thing. So I can come up here to my alerts, put in an alert, tell it moving down percent, and we want 6% in. We're in the hourly, so then we put in, what do we say, 4 hours? We'll do it only once. Show a pop-up, pay a beep, send an email. Neo moving down. Technically you don't want to put in 6% because once it's already done that, you may not get your notifications in time. So what I would do is I would subtract that. I would put in about 66% of it. So that would be 4% in 4 hours. Create that, done. I'll now have a second alert. If it climbs up slowly and then crashes back down again, then I can actually say, okay, it is definitely following this pattern. It's definitely confirmed. I can buy at the bottom later. Yeah, you guys get it. Okay. Crosshairs. Oh, okay. You can change it via top left. Ah, thank you. Why was I using the bloody arrow? Yeah, that explains it. Techie, you're an idiot. Damn it. Yeah, okay. I kind of woke up an hour before the stream, guys. Don't judge me. All right. So far, let's go back to our friend Bitus Coinus. On the 5 minutes, we can even go down to the 3 minutes. And just to show you guys the Bollinger Band theory, we came up, we broke through, we hovered at the line, we bounced off of the top band. It looks like we came back down. We tried to break through. We didn't break through on the previous candle because we also have the support. We also have the support of the 55 EMA on the 3 minute. And so now let's just have a look and see what this candle does. And then we can close the stream. And you know, I would love to stay here and just keep on entertaining you guys, but yeah, I got stuff to do. I gotta watch my daily cartoons. I gotta go and I don't know, stare in the mirror for 5 minutes at the lack of hair on my head and appreciate that someone invented a razor that can remove hair from heads. Mr. Techie, what cartoons do you recommend? I don't know, I don't actually watch cartoons. I don't actually watch cartoons. It was a joke. Someone did try to get me into Rick and Morty. They were like, yeah man, you will love it. You love like tech and like physics and like science and like things like this. And they're like, yeah, it's all about like factual like science stuff and it's really cool. And I watched I think I watched like the first few episodes and I was like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? You know, so yeah. We have a question from Kefir saying, how do you keep your head so shiny? Coconut butter, coconut oil. It just keeps my head shiny, man. Keeps it all nice, smooth and shiny. What shaver do you recommend? I recommend either a one of these, okay, where you put in like the actual blades and you shave with this. Don't, can't believe it's gonna go into shaving now. Don't go for something cheap and shit. You actually want to go for something with reasonably good reviews, okay? And you get the highest quality blades you can get, because blades are freaking cheap anyway. There's no point in skimping out on them. Once you have gone from this, then you can go into a go from a double edge to a single edge, okay? If you're feeling a little bit more kind of in control, not these, but kind of more these ones, then you can move into that, okay? And still use the disposable razors. And then when you're done with those, then you get the ones with the built-in blades that you have to sharpen using a big sharpening stone, and then you can go through and do it like that. You will never get a better, closer shave than using these things. Take it from me. You guys see how bald my head is. It's a 1 hour it's a 1 hour ritual that I do. Do you do your entire head yourself? Yeah. Yeah, I do my entire head myself. All of it. My head isn't actually balding. My head isn't balding. I just, you know, yeah, I just shaved my head once and decided that's how I want to remain. So yeah, that's what I did, and it stuck. Yeah, I go through periods of using electric ones as well when I'm feeling a bit lazy. It's not nice to kind of spend about an hour and a half doing your shaving ritual, you know, and having to do that kind of every few days. It gets a little bit annoying sometimes, especially when you're like, you're watching the charts and you go, okay, it's a bit calm, I'm gonna go and shave now, and then the computer starts beeping, and then you're gonna be like, oh shit, and then you got a razor blade in one hand, you got shaving foam all over your head, and you're here trying to determine what's happening with the markets. So yeah. It's quite boring, isn't it? I don't see any other questions, guys. If there aren't any other questions, then I will close the stream. Coconut oil ain't cheap. Yeah, it's generally not cheap. Where I am in Germany, luckily, you can get it. You can get a giant jar of it for really stupidly cheap. So I don't know how these guys can do it. This here is 100% organic coconut oil. You have 620 milliliters, and it's about €7, which is just under kind of $8.50, and it's a big jar. Like, that ain't no tiny jar, yeah. 620 milliliters. You guys use ounces, so I can just do this. Search Google, and we can go to, there we go, 20 ounces. Yeah, 20 ounces for under $10. I use Tribam oil. Yeah, me too. I do have a bunch of it here. Yeah, coconut. It's good. Smells nice. Don't get this one. Don't be mistaken. And this isn't coconut oil. Okay, this is like coconut puree kind of stuff. Very different. If you're in the UK, check out Amazon. You know, half of this stuff you can just get it on Amazon for ridiculously cheap and save a lot of money. Alright, well, I mean, so far we're just waiting for Bitcoin to kind of fulfill its legacy of coming down here. I'm still confident that we are going to be taking a little bit of a poop. Or Bitcoin is going to be taking a bit of a poop. So yeah, let's wait and see. There's a big, I don't know about oops, I don't know about kind of ignoring these spikes here. When the market is this volatile, I personally like to get closer into the stuff to get a better idea of where things are going. Will the poop be magic and shot from a cannon? Magic poop cannon, yep. It will. 10,000 subs overnight. Start up a beauty channel. Yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah, we did hit 700 subs. And we're not quite getting 700 viewers on each video, but we hit 700 subs. And I know that the market is dead, so a lot of people are really kind of... We're not in the best of position, you know? If this was simply a challenge whereby I am doing the trades and just come on and update you guys every few days about what trades I made and the money that I made, that would be a different thing. I keep on taking a super cautious approach to the trades that we're doing, and we got wrecked in the beginning, and then we made some good profits, and then we got wrecked again, and I decided, you know what, it's time to cut the shit. You know, just get a pair of scissors and go, and then we can just move on, and just choose a point to enter and then start trading properly. So yeah, that's okay. You hope my enthusiasm for this doesn't die. I hope so too, man. It's a tough market. It's tough times. You know. It's yeah. We just gotta see. Bitcoin, what are you doing? Oh shit, I'm looking at the wrong part on the other chart. Damn it, I was like, why is it moving here and not on the other one? Hallelujah. 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 What the frick are you doing? I don't think this one was bot controlled because we didn't have the crazy stupid quiet volume. Semaphore saying check out the RSI on 2 hour and 4 hour. Bitcoin, you better get your ass right back down right now. Get down. Oh. Alright, I gotta go quiet for a second, guys. I'm here, guys. I have to check some things because, yeah, basically. Okay, guys. I'm gonna have to sit here and really concentrate quite hard for quite a while. I'm sure it's gonna be really boring for you guys to just sit here and watch my screen doing nothing. So So yeah, I'm gonna cut the stream here, and then I will catch you guys all tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Join the Discord server, link in the video description. Subscribe to the channel, make sure you switch on alerts, give a thumbs up, and yeah, I just gotta look after something, and then I will come back. Well, I won't be back. So yeah, take care, guys. There's no point in streaming nonsense. So take care, and I will catch you all. When is it? Tomorrow sometime? Today? I don't know, depending where it is in the world. Take care.